Now, I am a firm believer in certain things that goes on in this country that we all should be allowed to be able to do, like drive while being black. Yeah, some of the most simplest things that some people think that it's taken for granted, but at the same time, we take it for granted, but we shouldn't, for the simple fact that it's not cool to drive while you're black. I don't make these rules, y'all, but it is what it is. And I'm not saying that all white folks are in agreement to some of the things that is going on that is questionable about some of these fucking shootings. But I want to talk about some of the things that we wasting our time on. That we as a people, blacks, white, Hispanics, and some other people that I can't really remember, because I was in one of those special education programs, so I don't know all the nationalities. Like some people know all the presidents. I don't know all that shit. I was in a classroom where I was intelligent enough to be able to take and fix a rocket engine, yeah, that makes a jet come off the ground and go and drop bombs. Yeah, I could fix those things at the age of 9, but I just didn't know how to read the manual book on how to open up the trap door to get inside to fix it. So I always had a white friend to help me in class. Yeah, I was in one of them kind of classes. Now, this thing that we have here in this country that is being debated so widely and broadly, or however it is that they use. Again, I was in special ed, so if I'm using the wrong terminology and the wrong words and pronounce it the wrong way, you got a good idea. It's a dumbass nigga trying to be an intelligent, but yet he has a point on what it is that he's saying. I know. I don't make the rules, and I don't smoke reefer anymore. I got a job now. Yeah, so I don't do that stuff no more. Yeah, I don't do that anymore. Now, we're spending all this money on taxpayers' money, which is mine and yours, because I got a job now. Yeah, I don't get high. And we are trying to figure out and decipher on whether or not should we allow and be protected people to be able to adopt babies. Yeah. And these people that are asking for this form of a law, which they are entitled to a degree. Same-sex marriages. Now, where I come from is Windsor Terrace in Columbus, Ohio. I believe that when a woman has a child and she can't take care of that child, and somehow she's stressed out, banged out on drugs and doing all kinds of wonderful things that people like me, I once used to like women do. Yeah, I know I was also a troubled kid too. And I ran the streets. And somehow that child is taken, abstracted, pulled from the home from the mother because she is doing dumb stuff. Yeah. And Elton John and Billy decides to want to go and adopt a baby. Yeah. Now, I don't think that we should be spending millions and billions of dollars on trying to decipher on whether or not should the government or the state be responsible for allowing something like that to happen. Why? I'm not against the gays. You do what it is that you do. If you just keep it away from me. I think that you should be able to adopt kids and children and babies. They are not the fucking same. Excuse my language, but I'm trying to be as bipartisan as I possibly can, but sometimes the words just slip out my fucking mouth. There is no fucking way that the baby has a chance on being able to survive and wakes up and 3 years old and see 2 guys running around with swords, and I ain't talking about the ones that come off the side of the hips, the one in the middle of the hips. Yeah, that's not good. And they're seeing these things as if it's a normal atmosphere. Now, if you were to go down where I live, Columbus, Ohio, Windsor Terrace, right there on Cleveland Avenue, there's a lot of unwanted fucking kids. Trust me. I used to be one of them. The state didn't want me because I had some issues. Yeah, I couldn't figure out the difference between the lime and the lemon. And when I did figure it out, it pretty much came out to a lime is nothing more than an undone lemon. But that made me unappealing to be adopted. So I survived. But if you go get some of those kids, I can guarantee you in 3 months, when you go down there and you knock on that door and you're doing a program review and see how that kid is corresponding and acting and responding to the lifestyle that they living in a heterosexual or a homosexual home, I guarantee the statements and things that come out that kid's mouth is going to be completely different. In a heterosexual family, he's going to probably be like, well, I don't like them, they, this, that, and this, and that. That's a normal response from a kid. Yeah. But when you go over there with 2 homosexuals that is adopting this kid, yeah, this 9-year-old, y'all gotta get me out of here. Man, get me out of here. Man, these dudes, man, this house smell like bloop. It smell like chitlins in this house all the time. And so that gives you a good indication that gays, if you want to adopt children, then go get these kids that ain't wanted by mothers and fathers, because these motherfuckers is completely off balance. They telling them to do kind of things out of their mouths. They disrespectful. They don't want to go to school. They're trying to be dope boys, and they don't even know how to spell drugs. But at the same time, the parents can't deal with them. The state don't want to deal with them, so they put them in the adoption program. Why don't y'all go adopt them kids and then try to change their lives and see how well you change it? Because if the mama and daddy can't get them to stop selling dope, I can guarantee you are not about to convince them to get screwed in the back end of their bottom dollar. And so that's what I had concluded on sitting here in a hotel, and I'm broke down and I'm almost busted broke. But it's just another true thing that goes through a heroic individual's mind about some of the things that we waste our time for, and some of the things we take for granted that we should have, and that's driving the fucking car. But yet that's for us, we take it for granted, because we already know certain people in this country can get in their car, they can take that for granted, just get in and drive off and not worry about it. But us, for some reason, it's a task. It shouldn't be that way, and it should be a task for those who wants to adopt babies and children. And the task should be adopt kids that is already able to know and decipher their gender, and then see how they like your household. Yeah, unless you're rich, you got a shitload of money, you can probably, adopt, heterosexual kids, and they be like, look, our parents are rich, let's just go with the smooth, go with the road, we'll be 18 soon, we'll kill them, bury them, and take all their money on insurance or something like that. I don't know. I'm Max, I'm out, peace.